Fighting cancer, getting all fired up in the end zone. They're taking off in our semifinal matchup against Primetime, America's amateur division. And the quarterbacks are going to be taking center stage. Well, you've got Darrell Hoosh-Doucette. He hails from Louisiana. Athleticism working on his dip. On the other side, former Navy star quarterback Ricky Dobbs getting set to square off tonight as we send it down to Kay Adams.
All comes down to the quarterbacks. I'm here with both the guys. Let's start with Hoosh. I've heard over and over that you are the most elusive quarterback in this tournament. I feel like Michael Vick, who's going to hit the field a little bit later, might have something to say about that, but what sets you apart in this bunch of quarterbacks?
I mean, I just play my game. I got the talent to do whatever I want on the field, and the defense they can't do nothing about it, and that's how we're coming.
Geography dictated that you guys are the home team, but Ricky Dobbs, you're from about a half hour from here. Does this feel like a home game?
Yes, it does. Definitely excited to be at home. First time I played in Georgia since high school, and Douglasville, and everybody came out, representing.
It is a sold-out crowd here in Atlanta tonight, and you gave out 400 tickets. So you might have a little bit of home field advantage. Hoosh, you'll win this game if what?
We show up, plain and simple, and we here, so we gonna win it.
These is, of course, America's bracket. The pros will hit the field later, but I was down here for pregame, and they were talking that talk. What happened there?
Just some guys, you know how it is, football camaraderie, blood started getting flowing, and the words started flying. So, it's all love, though.
All love. All right, let's get this thing going. Show those pros what they're up against.
Looking forward to getting started. Tavion Body by Tay Baker, 35 years of age. He's the guy that gets after the quarterback. The multiple wigs of our man, Steve the Wig. He likes Steve, though.
Do not call him Stevie. He's a Steven guy, absolutely. He said he's somebody's parent, so not allowed.
Steve Miller. Played at Helix Charter High School in San Diego, teammates of Reggie Bush and Alex Smith. Fighting cancer will have Darius Davis on the throw-off, and he is a weapon. He can launch the ball, and it comes down at the 4-yard line on the return, and we're allowed one lateral, and taking the lateral and running with it is Stephen Miller. So good return for Primetime. Let's take a look at the rules. In American flag football, 7-on-7, 12-player rosters, 2 30-minute halves, running clock until the final 2 minutes of the game. Field divided into 4 24-yard boxes. First down awarded when you reach the next box. There's no blocking, kicking, or fumbles. Primetime in the blue, fighting cancer in the white.
Outside right here got the out. This one got the post curl, and then inside got the snap.
All right, offense, look what you got. Look what you got, 6 here, 2 up top.
Ricky Dobbs playing his 4th game with Primetime.
Here we go.
1 over top.
Set. Go.
Dobbs takes the easy completion to C.J. Carver. So your quarterback has 4 seconds to get rid of the ball. After 2 seconds, you can begin your rush. If the ball is not off in 4 seconds, the play is dead. Now, if you lateral the ball, it turns off that go clock. So teams will use that, Dan, as a strategy.
2 up top.
Fake handoff, and then run in the flat. Set. Go.
No blitz.
Check down, check.
Good catch, Steve. Let's go. Good move.
So Stephen Miller making his presence felt early. He's got about 16 different wigs. And he started doing it because he was late for a game and he was coming from a Halloween party and he was still in costume, and now it's kind of like good luck for him.
Yeah, it's absolutely part of his personality. And last week he put up a big game. I mean, 6 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown. So they're going to look for him early and often, get this offense going. Beautiful job by Ricky Dobbs. They're getting through a progression.
They have to get to the 25 to get a fresh set of downs. 2nd and 8. There's no punting, there's no kicking in this game. And again, plenty of time for Dobbs, and Brian Flaherty with the catch. DeAndre Franklin pulls the flag, but that's a first down for Primetime.
We're seeing Ricky Dobbs at his strength. He knows how to get through progressions. He played quarterback, obviously, at a high level at Navy Fighting Cancer is going to have to do something to not allow him to sit back and pick their defense apart.
Last play picked up 12 yards, and are you surprised that we haven't seen any blitzes from Fighting Cancer?
Absolutely. They told us they didn't want to let Ricky sit back there and get through progression, so I'd imagine it's going to come especially down here in the red zone.
You're allowed 5 blitzes per half. Dobbs with time again, got the pass off.
Good catch, good catch.
And again, it's C.J. Tarver. Robert Hollywood Myers pulled the flag, but Tarver is one of these players, as you mentioned, that is a real threat against the defense.
Absolutely. And their guy, Joseph Sanders, said they wanted to get Tarver early. Look at, so Ricky Dobbs is able to go inside, then outside, and find Tarver in the middle. Like I was saying, Joseph Sanders said, I didn't get Tarver involved enough early last week. I want to get him the ball early. It's such a dynamic weapon for us.
Tarver was a free agent signee after his team, the Albany Elite, were eliminated after the 4th round. 2nd and goal. Here's the first blitz. Dobbs turns it into a positive play and takes it to about the 2-yard line. You know, Ricky Dobbs in 2009 set the NCAA rushing record for touchdowns as a quarterback at Navy. So although he's not in his playing shape as far as when he was at Navy, he still showed some elusiveness there.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing, Bob, is a positive play. Down here, we've seen last week how important these red zone possessions are because the field gets smaller. No matter what level of football is, it's important to keep positive plays going in the red zone.
3rd and goal, another blitz.
Let it go, PK.
Chris Chandler with it. And did he get in, or was the flag pulled? He's in for the touchdown. Harry Coleman missed the flag pull, and Chris PK Chandler.
Chandler with Dobbs, a nice job realizing, okay, pressure, I've got an outlet. Then Chandler, a little bit of a bounce show move right there, getting skinny, turning lateral, making Harry Coleman, a guy who had some time in the NFL with that little bit of belt move. Great move by Chandler.
So on the conversions, if you put the ball at the 5, it's worth 1 point. Dobbs was 5 for 5 on that drive for 55 yards. This will be a 1-point attempt.
Watch 12 coming again. Go. He ain't gonna use it. He can't come. That's he can't come. He over the line.
And the easy conversion to Brian Flaherty, who spent time in the United States Army. So it's Navy to Army on the conversion. Dobbs to Flaherty, and easily Primetime goes up 7-0.
Impressive drive, start to finish by everybody on the Primetime offense, led by their quarterback, Ricky Dobbs, going through all his progressions consistently.
Dan, let me ask you this. Last week in Pittsburgh, temperatures were oppressive. They were over 90 degrees. It was really hot. And let's face it, these guys were playing on NFL Network, national TV. There might have been a little stage fright. It looks like with the cooler temperatures here in Atlanta and the fact that now they're used to cameras and everything else, both teams seem a little bit more relaxed.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it helped that they got to watch games last week. They not only got the opportunity to play, but they watched Fighting Cancer play and said, okay, who are they? How are they going to do it? And they're utilizing that for their strength.
Miller on the throw-off. It is not deep. Nate Webster on the return does not lateral it as we send it down to Kay.
We're here with Brian Flaherty off to a quick start. What do you attribute that to?
Ricky just moving the ball and just doing our offense.
All right, head on over there then.
So, you know, normally like in halves, one of the cool things about American Flag Football League, normally, you know, in halves, one team's going one way, one team's going the other. But, you know, like when you're playing with your buddies two-hand touch and you score a touchdown, losers walk.
Yeah, winners, as a kid, it was winners talk, losers walk.
That's why Primetime and Fighting Cancer are both going in the same direction. Daryl Kush-Doucette, all of 5'8". Winds and fires. There's that one lateral you're allowed. Great job by Tavion Baker of pulling that flag.
And as we know, we've talked about how these teams stress the flag pull is the most important part of this league. We'll see Doucette get the ball out of his hands early to Jason Brown, and then Brown doing a really nice job of not only securing that catch, but getting that lateral early to their playmaker. Just enough in time to get it to Doucette's hands.
Anytime you can get Doucette in the open field, pretty good stuff.
Go post. Yeah. All right, here we go. Jason.
Trip.
Hoosh takes the snap. He was looking for the deep ball, instead throws it underneath and completes it to Terrence Bunting. Known as Mr. Dip, played in the CFL with the Ottawa Renegades and in the AFL with Carolina.
I think one of the most impressive things about Hoosh is, yes, he's an incredible athlete, and we've talked about his speed and his quickness, but I've been really impressed with his ability to throw the football downfield. That was a big-time 15-yard into Bunting that was delivered right on a rope.
Watch that shot. To the back home.
It looked like he had Charles Camouche on the go route. He's going to air it out and go deep. He's got a receiver, and it's caught for the touchdown. What a catch by TJ Glover.
Let's go. They can't plan for speed. Let's go. What? Hey. Come on, Red. Go.
Short-term memory, this bench right here. The offense has elected to go for a one-point try from the 5-yard line. See it right here.
40-yard touchdown pass to TJ Glover.
We see that little pump by Hoosh. He saw the safety high on his left side. That pump just makes that safety freeze his feet just a little bit, and the perfect throw to TJ Glover for a touchdown. Can't do it any better than Hoosh did right there.
Hoosh 3 of 3 for 74 yards on that drive, and now they're going for the 1-point extra point to tie the game at 7. Throws the fastball and completes it to Brandon McCray, who played his college ball at Southern University. So each team has had the ball once. Each team has scored a touchdown. Fighting Cancer versus Primetime in a semifinal with Michael Vick and Ocho Cinco later tonight. Welcome back to the American Flag Football League here in Atlanta. Primetime and Fighting Cancer each have had the ball once, tied up at 7 as we send it down to Kay.
All right, Stephen Miller, you know you ask the quarterbacks how they're feeling, and then you have to ask Stephen Miller what he's wearing today. He always wears those wigs you guys were talking about. He has a fresh one today that he picked up after watching tape on the opposing quarterback. He says he wants to out-hoosh the Hoosh, and I said, okay, that sounds awesome. And he said, by the way, call me Shoosh today. So Stephen Miller bringing it as always.
Flags. There we go.
Throw off goes all the way into the end zone, and what a weapon Darius Davis is with the throw off, because opposing teams have to play longer fields when he throws off.
And now we're looking at the Primetime offense is going to have to go just about 35 yards in 4 plays to go get a first down. No matter what level you're at, that's incredibly difficult. Logo Davis, a huge weapon for the Fighting Cancer football team.
Inside the point man got the corner.
That's why he's so far off.
The one that, inside. Point man got the corner, outside got the curls, inside got the
All right, look what you got.
See how they line up. Give me a
2 back, 12 up. Watch the blitz come. Watch the blitz.
Ricky.
All right.
Here we go. Set, go.
Dobbs under pressure, has a receiver open. Did he get both feet in?
Good catch,
Brian Flaherty, and it is called a good catch out to the 47-yard line, a gain of 33.
Primetime gets in a 3-by-1 set, 3 receivers to Ricky Dobbs' left as we see Primetime. We've got a ton of fans on Twitter talking to Ricky Dobbs. I love it.
Rachel Flaherty and Brian Flaherty with the play, and they just got away from the flagpole. And
yeah, Bob, we've seen both these quarterbacks already within this first 10, 12 minutes of this game make NFL-type throws. Hoosh's touchdown, you're not going to see it better. Dobbs on the run right there, beautiful throw.
Going to take the deep shot, looking for the 7-point score, and he overthrows C.J. Tarver. Any touchdown over 50 yards is worth 7 points. And let's face it, they had 2nd and 3. You might as well take the shot.
Absolute brilliance. They hit on it last week in this same exact situation. It was a little bit later in that first half, but it was very similar field position-wise. Take the shot. You've got 2 more downs to get 3 yards. That should happen for your offense. I love their aggressiveness, and I love the fact that they took it to Tarver.
I got a 3. Here we go. Oh, you got it. One coming. Look alive, Joe.
Yeah. Set. Go.
3rd and 3. Dobbs just takes the first down, and there's the 1 pitch to Tavion Baker. So good play there by Stephen Miller. Had the first down. See if you might trick the other team with the pitch.
We talked about it a bunch last week that this primetime team led by Joseph Sanders always has this plan. They took that shot on 2nd down. You're hearing body by Tavion Baker up at the line of scrimmage, communicating to his quarterback, Ricky Dobbs, where people are. Easy completion to Stephen Miller. Now we've got our first down, new set of downs.
Go.
They got to get to the 25 for another first down. Joseph Sanders with room, basically like a running play, and he takes it to the 27-yard line. Nate Webster pulled the flag, gain of 18.
A little bit of a delay right there by Joseph Sanders. He's kind of hanging out right next to Ricky Dobbs. Okay, little flash fake. Are you going to blitz or not? They rush. Ricky Dobbs gets it to Joseph Sanders, and a good offensive play for them. That's what I'm saying. There seems to be a plan every single play for this offense. They're doing a nice job.
Joseph Sanders is the guy that kind of put this team together, a 5-time Virginia flag champ.
Go.
Joe again. Pitch.
Tarver has the first down. Flag is pulled by Harry Coleman and Andre Franklin.
Be interesting to see if Primetime goes back to that. They started off in a 2-by-2 set, 2 guys on either side of the center. They motioned from left to right to give it a 3-by-1. And that single receiver backside, Kashif Charity, was pretty wide open. I want to see if Joseph Sanders saw that, and they'll get back to that later on in the game.
On the left, I think 12 coming. At 12 coming, you know you got Joe on the outlet.
Dobbs 9 of 10 for 119 yards.
Yeah.
If 5 gonna change the game, 5 come change the game plan.
Here we go. Set.
He too fast.
Go.
12. Come on now.
And Dobbs get the flag off. Cannot. Nathaniel Brown got the flag pull.
And that's the way you got to go after Ricky Dobbs right now. He's having too much success sitting back in the pocket, throwing against you. Nathaniel Brown, a nice job of being able to change direction with Ricky Dobbs and get that flag pull. Fighting Cancer needs to do a little bit more of this, at least whether it's a blitz or after that 2-second rush to put pressure on them.
You get 5 blitzes per half. That was number 3 for Fighting Cancer. They have 2 remaining. So loss of 9. So 2nd and goal from the 31.
Here we go.
And 2nd and goal is the big thing here. There is no other option but going for it on a 4th down situation now that they're past midfield.
Dobbs, that's a lateral. Now they throw it back to Dobbs, and he doesn't make the catch. Brady missed it in the Super Bowl. Dobbs wears 12, Brady wears 12.
Same type of guy, same type of career in the NFL. It's actually a really nice throw by Joseph Sanders. Just out of the reach of Ricky Dobbs right there. Could have been a good play for that primetime offense.
So 3rd and goal from the 31. There are no kicking options in the game, so you got to go for it.
Third. We good.
They're coming to you, Carter.
Curl.
All right, watch the blitz come.
Here we go.
And as an offense, you got to be thinking right now, what gives us the best chance to get a touchdown conversion? Let me get that play up together.
Here comes the blitz. Dobbs gets it away. Tarver has the flag pulled at the 21-yard line. So it'll be 4th and goal from the 21. 4th blitz now for Fighting Cancer. You got to blitz him here, right, Dan?
That will bring up 4th down.
They have 1 remaining.
I'm always trailing you, bro.
Yeah, I would if I was Fighting Cancer, because he's shown me exactly what he's going to do to my defense if I don't blitz him. He's going to be successful. So I want to shut this drive down, give my offense the ball back. And if I was Primetime, I would flood one side of the field. I'd get in one of those 3-by-1 situations, put one of my receivers backside, and see if I could get a jump ball to the end zone.
Ninth play of the drive coming up. Joseph Saunders is a quarterback as well, and he's lined up deep. Here comes the blitz. Dobbs does not pitch it to him. Flag comes in. And let's see what the call is. Brown came on the pressure, but let's check the flag first.
Let it go. All right, look. Defense.
Great job, Nathaniel Brown. Not quitting on the play, right? Ricky Dobbs eludes him just enough. Finishes off on 4th down. We're going to see what this flag is. Huge stop by the Fighting Cancer defense.
Primetime's drive ends. There was a flag on the play, but the flag was picked up. Fighting Cancer takes over in a 7-7 ball game. This is a team out of Louisiana that is playing for a big cause. Numerous members on this team have lost loved ones due to cancer, and they had the age of those who passed away on shirts that they made up. And they really carry that message with them into each and every game, Dan.
Absolutely, and every team's name matters something to them, but you can feel it from Fighting Cancer just a little bit that they truly are embodying their team name.
So a defensive stop for Fighting Cancer. Pass completed to Charles Camouche. High Charity with the flagpole. Carmouche played basketball at LSU, played professionally in Australia. At 6'3", 195 pounds, he's a big target.
And one of the unique things about flag is it forces defenses to play behind the line of scrimmage. Fighting Cancer had flexed out Logo Davis to the left sideline, and Stephen Miller as a cornerback just had to hang home just enough to open up that seam for Carmouche on that curl route.
Hurry up! 7 seconds.
Gain of 15 on 1st down.
My bad, B.
Just skips it.
Hey, it slipped. In the dirt, just like we like it. In the dirt, like we like it. We know how he like to throw.
And Hoosh, in typical quarterback fashion, on a bad throw will blame something other than just the throw, saying it slipped. I've been around guys who will blame the weather or something, myself included.
If I can call it, I'll come every time.
Look, this time,
if I call it, I'll come every time.
Go back to it. I'm looking at you. Just sit beside me.
Every time. Look, T. Little more, T. Right there.
He's set on a 3rd down. Blitz for the first time, and he gets away from Baker. And the flag gets pulled a yard short. Nice play by Joseph Sanders to prevent the 1st down.
We see the electric speed from Shoosh. Just a one jab, one way, and his ability to run away from Tavion Baker. Great flag pull by Joseph Sanders. You never know what's going to happen on the flag pull. We see that jab step by Hoosh Doucette, and then the speed to run away. Sanders closes the gap, and Bob, we saw it last week. You never know how important those flag pulls are.
I'll tell you what, that's got to be a little eye-opening for Tavion Baker, because he feels like no quarterback can get away from him, and Hoosh got away from him easily.
And not even close.
I don't know if you can blitz here on a 4th and 1. They do. They bring 2. They've got him cornered. He just heaves it up. It's a jump ball, and the pass incomplete. Nearly completed, though, as Brandon McCray got his hands on it. Let's send it down to Kay.
All right, I'm standing here on the Primetime side of the sideline, and I'm listening to CJ Tarver tell his teammates, do not rush Hoosh. He likes to be rushed. Don't do it. Let him be a pocket passer. He can't do it.
Down to the 25-yard
You know what they did that time, Dan, is they blitzed 2. They almost like contained. The way you used to try to blitz Michael Vick. Make sure you contain him. If you let him get to the outside, you're toast.
Yeah, and for the NFL fans, it's your 0 blitz. Everybody's manned up. And you're going to not give him an option. He can't go right or left, forces the throw up. Flaherty actually, a good thing that he didn't pick that ball off, because they would have lost about 25 yards in field position. So really good job of the Primetime defense cornering Hoosh in on that 4th down.
So after each team scored on their first possession, each team has gotten a stop. Primetime back on offense with Ricky Dobbs at quarterback. And now we get a timeout. Ryan Flaherty called the timeout.
Yeah, we do gotta be fast. Be faster than the hustle. Timeout.
Know your numbers, right?
Yeah. Offense.
So a lot of people getting a chance to sample flag football. Robin Mead, headline news, stumbled upon flag football on NFL Network. Fascinating. Glad you're enjoying the coverage, Robin, and having fun outside of Atlanta.
How many they have? They out. Okay.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, look what you got. 6.
I'm right here, Dre. Go ahead, lock up.
Here we go.
I'm over there, Cole.
Set. Go.
CJ, turn around.
Dobbs.
Steve. Keep it.
Plenty of time, and Steve Miller with another catch.
Let's go.
Seeing Primetime just go down the field on these drives with these short little zone beaters. Stephen Miller pressing vertical for about 8 yards, hooking up and just forcing that flat defender, that guy that's responsible for the hash to the sidelines. He's got to make a choice. Ricky Dobbs able to just pick apart right now the Fighting Cancer defense.
Miller with a problem with his flag belt, so Hassan Miller comes in. Dobbs going to go for Flaherty deep and overthrows him just a little bit.
Hey, he can't cover me, so you ain't got to.
DeAndre Franklin on the coverage.
6 is a rushing.
My bad, B.
Good shot by Dobbs there, moving to his left, trying to throw that corner out. If you're the Fighting Cancer defense, you got to be a little bit concerned right now. You've got no blitzes left in this first half. Ricky Dobbs has been eating you up. You might have to change some of the things you're doing defensively. Maybe play a little bit more man on these primetime receivers.
Can't do nothing else. I can't do nothing else from right here.
Here we go.
It's 3rd and 8 for Primetime.
They out.
See what you got.
Go.
Takes a little check down, and that shut down quickly by DeAndre Franklin.
Hey. Sticks. Sticks. Sticks.
Hassan Myers
Get the sticks.
thought he had a chance at that go route, but up top, really nice job by Jason Brown. Kashif Charity ran a double move. Jason Brown doing a good job of staying home, trusting his eyes, forcing Dobbs to take the check down.
4th and 9. Fighting Cancer is out of blitzes in the white. Dobbs gonna loft it deep and overthrows his intended receiver. Coleman on the coverage, and Hassan Myers shake it up.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Well, that was a sloppy 2 plays, Dan, considering that Fighting Cancer was out of blitzes.
Very out of character for the primetime offense. You see it there. Dobbs kind of just freelancing a little bit and then takes the shot to Myers downfield. He is their speedster. Just out of his reach. Great effort. You realize how important every possession, every play is for these teams. Big time effort by Myers.
I think if Dobbs goes back and looks at that, though, he had Kashif Charity on the cross open for the first down.
Yeah, look, because he came down.
Primetime stopped on back-to-back possessions after scoring on the opening possession. Dobbs 2 of 4 on that drive. Pass intercepted by Miller. He stepped right in front of Camouche, and he gets the interception. Great awareness there by Stephen Wiggs Miller.
Look, listen to him talk. Listen to him talk and tell him, saying, I'm in the playbook. Stephen Miller playing off coverage. We'll see it on this replay, Bob. This is great cornerback play. He played off coverage, never backed up, and drove on that slant by Carmouche. Gets in between. He gets in between the receiver and the quarterback, Hoosh. That's what allows that pick. Beautiful job of scouting a team, trusting your preparation, driving on the pick. Huge interception.
Stephen Miller, who played high school football, teammates of Reggie Bush and Alex Smith at Helix Charter High School in San Diego. So back on offense is Primetime.
Damn, Joe.
And Dobbs throws it away.
I know.
Dobbs again.
That's my bad. It was
missing Kashif Charity. They ran a a flood, essentially. Kashif Charity, the outside receiver, runs a skinny post, the slot, an out route, and then a little flat route running towards the sideline, trying to get 3 guys in one zone. He had Kashif Charity on the post. These are things that I'm hoping they're seeing that they can get back to.
How many we got? How many timeouts we have? We got 2. Hey. Okay. Yeah. Hey, we gotta be quick. Timeout.
He did this.
So we get a timeout, score tied at 7 here in the first half. Today we're joined by participants from the Georgia Elite NFL Flag League. What a great way to kick off their upcoming fall season. To find an NFL Flag League near you, visit playfootball.com. Let's play football. As we send it down to Kay Adams.
With fighting cancer down here. Now, last week we did see Hoosh and the coach of the team, his uncle, actually get into it a little bit, but they told me that they're passionate and all is well, but it's definitely carried into this game. Myers, number 9, getting involved as well. There's a lot of miscommunication. Nothing to smile about down here.
He's slow.
Both teams moved the ball effectively on their first possession and scored touchdowns, but Fighting Cancer has gotten 2 stops in a row, and Primetime a couple stops in a row. Dobbs has got him this time, and he hits Kashif Charity for the touchdown. 31 yards on the score.
Dobbs might be a better thrower moving to his left
The offense has elected to go for a 1-point
than his right.
try from the 5-yard line.
We're going to see Kashif Charity up here. He's going to come in, run right at Jason Brown, and then break back out. Beautiful route by Charity. Watch him stem inside at the corner, double move. Dobbs moves a little bit to his left to make that throw easier, and a beautiful ball by Dobbs. Great route by Kashif Charity on what we would know as a post corner or shake route in the NFL.
After the Stephen Miller interception, 2 plays, 31 yards. They'll go for 1, and did they not get it off?
The previous play is under review.
Save us on that. Get both feet in.
So the question is, the previous play is under review. It looked like Charity clearly got both feet in. Did Dobbs get the ball off in the 4 seconds? All right, let's listen again, because the quarterbacks are given sound effects at 2 seconds and 4. What do you think, Dan?
Pretty clear that that's a touchdown. And we're going to have Chad Ochocinco playing tonight, a guy notorious for that route right there by Kashif Charity, that shake route, the post corner. Beautiful job by the Primetime offense.
So the touchdown stands. Dobbs and Primetime going for 1.
I can probably get around.
Oh, little throwback, and this is candy for C.J. Tarver.
Taken out of an NFL playbook, a little bit of sprint. You get Tarver to just play, we'll play possum almost. So play dead, get lost within the muck, just leak right behind it. You'll see Tarver moved up to the right side of your screen, number 9. He just is boring, bursts back to the left sideline. Ricky Dobbs able to find him. And they might have gotten a little lucky there, because they might not have gotten that original point after touchdown off. That play clock was at 1, so those points could become huge near the end of this ball game.
Yeah, the review actually helped Primetime out on the extra point.
Yeah, absolutely.
On this, not that, on this.
Chris Chandler will handle the throw off. Played high school football.
Wait till 5.
37 years of age.
Good stuff.
Go ahead.
Chris Chandler, the Atlanta Falcon quarterback, took him. Pretty good player, right?
Yeah.
Work on CJ.
Different guy. Well, Ricky Dobbs is playing not only flag football, but playing for the United States of America.
July 17th right now is scheduled for my port call to go out to Bahrain, and I also get there on the 19th. But if my flag football team, Primetime, if we make it all the way to the $1 million game, I'm going to push that to the right a week, because we'll play that game on July 19th, and I'll get to Bahrain on the 24th.
You wonder where Bahrain is, and you see it in the Persian Gulf. And we really thank Ricky Dobbs for his service to our country as the pass is completed to Brandon McCray. And Fighting Cancer will take a timeout. You take a look at the Persian Gulf to your right in Bahrain. That's a long trip for Ricky Dobbs, but with the championship game, the pros versus the amateurs on the 19th, we know where Ricky Dobbs is going to be, either in Houston playing for a championship or there serving our country. Ricky Dobbs, a lieutenant in the Navy.
Offense. On the previous play, the defense blitz for the third time. They'll have 2 remaining in the half.
Ricky Dobbs, 13 of 17 for 176 yards and the 2 touchdowns. Primetime used one of their blitzes.
Keep getting stopped right here.
Ricky Dobbs is a guy that was brought on late by Joseph Sanders, specifically for this tournament. A little bit of risky move by him, getting rid of his original quarterback. Right now, you've got to be feeling really good about that move. Obviously, Ricky Dobbs playing phenomenal.
Take a look at the rushing yardage, minimal. Primetime, 176 yards passing. Turnover, huge. Poosh picked off on the last possession. Whips this pass over to his right-hand side and hooks up with Terrence Bunting. Mike Lee with the flagpole. Remember, the clock only stops on incompletions with 2 minutes to go in the game, not the first half.
That's why I said no, TV, no.
Yeah, and Fighting Cancer doing a good job of playing situational football. Starting this two-minute drive, Hoosh got a big completion, timeout. Another completion gets them down inside the 35-yard line. Another timeout. They realize time is precious. You're not going to get a time. You're not going to get the time to stall if you're going out of bounds.
All right. That's what I'm telling them. You want to sit down with it or dig all the way across? I'm bailing. I'm bailing. Come on, Rob. TJ.
Fighting Cancer's got the whole field to work with 1 timeout still in their playbook.
Oh, inaccurate throw there by Doucette. Intended for TJ Glover. Coming up next, Michael Vick, who starred here with the Atlanta Falcons, 4-time Pro Bowler, will take center stage. Flag is pulled just short of the first down marker. Quan Winston on the pole. And, you know, Michael Vick is really into the flag football game. His daughter plays, he coaches the team, and he loves 7-on-7. He loved it when he was playing in practice, so this is made for him.
Yeah, he mentioned to us yesterday, he thinks it's a little bit of cheating for a quarterback. They can just hang back there, no rush, deliver the football. He's going to be phenomenal to watch tonight. I watched him practice yesterday, still able to throw the ball extremely well.
So Fighting Cancer.
I guess sit in that hole right there. 20 seconds, y'all. We got to get back. Let's get this first. Let's get this first. Read it out. You can go back there. They're calling the post. So we got to read it out.
Michael Vick's team is called the Road Runners. He's going to be taking on Team Ocho, led by Ocho Cinco. He's in the house, getting ready to perform live right here on NFL Network in the second game of our doubleheader. They blitz Hoosh.
Go, TB.
Gets the first down.
Come on. Let's go.
To Bunting.
Yeah, let me get the tackle around.
Clock continues to move.
Come on. Stop. Hike it, Rob. Hut.
Did they get the play off? Hoosh thinks so. Contact in the end zone. The pass is caught for the touchdown by Carmouche. What a catch by Carmouche. And terrible defense by Primetime, not getting set with the clock ticking down.
What a job by Hoosh at the quarterback position, running his team, getting that play off, getting everybody up to the line of scrimmage, and getting one final play.
They're going to review this. There's a lot of things that are going on. Let's take a look at the clock. Did they get the play off, first off? So let's see if they get the play off.
He's only got 1 flag on his belt, Baba. That's got to be a dead play if he's only got 1 flag.
Take a look at it again. Does he get the play off? It's really close. Does Hoosh have both flags on? That's also a factor.
He's still moving. I tried to get under the look. I'm under there.
And then there was contact, and what a catch by Carmouche, Charles Carmouche, the former LSU basketball player, over Stephen Miller.
Beautiful throw, beautiful catch. Carmouche left foot down. Does he get a toe drag? Ah, the toe drag. Really impressive. We see this on Sundays in the NFL all the time, these types of catches, and the guy's not able to get that toe drag down. Carmouche doesn't do this for a living. Still able to get it done. Really well done. Hoosh has been impressive throwing the football tonight.
We're getting word that it's all good.
If you wide open, stay up. If he's still trailing behind you, come back down to the front G. Because TB spinning out, dragging down the line.
After further review, the play is confirmed. Touchdown.
Doucette 5 of 6 for 71 yards on the drive, and they score with no time on the clock.
How you feeling, man? Good? I can see you facing the back.
25, let's go. Y'all got y'all.
So they're going for the 1-point conversion to tie the game at 14.
You gonna sit, drag down.
And Primetime had them right where they wanted to, Dan, with no timeouts remaining, and they broke down defensively.
And so before the snap, Hoosh's one flag falls off. The play is still live. He would only be playing one-hand touch football like we did as kids.
Hoosh gets the conversion. Brandon McCray, who played college ball at Southern University, with the catch. So we are tied at 14 at the half.
Hoosh just with a little bit of a lollipop throw, just enough, a jump pass. Tim Tebow type, up high for McCray to go up, stretch. Incredible situational football by the Fighting Cancer offense. Well done.
Ricky Dobbs, the quarterback of Primetime, got things going early. And how about Darrell Doucette with a couple of touchdown passes. Dobbs put Primetime up on this throw to Kai Charity, but with no time on the clock. What a catch by Charles Carmouche to tie it at 14. It's the American Flag Football League on NFL Network. Halftime show presented by LG, and we are tied up at 14 here in the first half. The semifinal matchup between Primetime from the Mid-Atlantic region against Fighting Cancer out of Louisiana. We take a look at the Bud Light player comparison. We take a look at both quarterbacks in the first half, and they got off to really quick starts. Ricky Dobbs, the former Navy quarterback, 13 of 17, 176 yards. And then you've got Darrell Hoosh Doucette from Primetime, 9 of 13, 160 yards. Did throw an interception, but with no time on the clock, throws a touchdown pass to end the first half. And that's how we have arrived at this 14-14 score. A lot of passion because the winners of the amateur division will advance to take on the winners of the pro division in Houston in a couple of weeks with $1 million at stake. Fighting Cancer versus Primetime, tied at 14 at the half.
Vick being chased. 25, 15. Go, Mike Vick! This is over! It's over! Vick falling his way into the end zone. The incomparable Mike Vick.
Michael Vick, drafted #1 overall by the Atlanta Falcons. He'll be playing tonight for the Roadrunners halftime show presented by LG. Michael Vick leading the Roadrunners. He's got guys like Steve Smith, Brandon Browner on his squad, taking on Ocho Cinco's squad. At the half, Primetime and Fighting Cancer tied at 14. Fighting Cancer has lost one game in the last 5 years. Primetime from Mid-Atlantic trying to pull off the upset. As we send it down to Kay.
You never know who you're going to see in the stands. A full house in Atlanta, as you can see behind me, but right next to me is flag football captain and Heisman Trophy winner Danny Werfel. What are you seeing out here?
Seeing some great athletes, some great strategy, some electrifying plays, and a great football game.
I saw you pull Hoosh aside. What'd you say to him?
oh man, that guy's amazing. He's got an incredible career. I just say keep at it, man.
Everybody knows about the Heisman, not so much about the flag football. So you put together a squad, held tryouts, it was Gators United, and you fell just short of being here on the field today. What was the experience like?
And it was so exciting to come out of retirement after so many years, to get a team together, to participate. This is an incredible game, flag football. I was so excited to be a part of it, to learn it, and just so disappointed that our team didn't make it here. But it was tons of fun and exciting to watch this.
Now, the pros haven't hit the field yet. What advice would you give them in handling this?
You know, it's really easy for guys that play in the NFL to think their athletic ability is just going to overcompensate whatever. But there's some really good flag teams. I'd say get ready, get a good strategy, and get after it. Don't be cocky.
We've been having this debate. Who has the better advantage, the guys who know flag or the athleticism of the pro team? Who do you think?
Well, in this game, they've kind of created rules that are kind of in between. I think if any team had to go to the other team's full thing, no question. But that's what makes this fun, is strategy, great athletes, and we'll find out in the next few weeks, won't we?
Well, we'll see if you're here next year. Danny Werfel, everybody. Guys, you never know who you're going to see here.
You know, it's interesting, Dan, because Danny Werfel put together a team of guys that he played with at the University of Florida and guys that had NFL experience, and they were not in the pro division. They were in the amateur division, and they got beat. And as one of the guys told us that plays in the amateur division, he gave us the Roger Federer example, and he said, you know, Roger Federer is the greatest tennis player, but if you put him on a ping pong table, a racket, a ball, and a net, he'll be great at it, but maybe not the best in the world. There's an art to playing flag football.
Absolutely, and it's great for America to kind of be introduced to this game. I was on the field before our game started tonight, and some of the pro players were coming in from a practice, and the chatter started, and all you heard from the guys in the Americas bracket was, you got to come to our world now. You've got to come to our world. They're very confident that their unique skill set of being in the flag football league is going to transfer over and give them advantage against the pros.
You know, Fighting Cancer won the opening long toss. So they deferred to the second half. So that touchdown late in the first half. Huge. And, you know, the old Peyton Manning, Tom Brady scored late at the end of the half, knowing you get the ball to start the third quarter, or here in this case, the second half.
Yeah, you're trying to create a 14-point swing, essentially. So obviously Fighting Cancer, the touchdown before half, huge.
They go with the short throw. And a nice return by Brandon McCray. Tavion Baker pulled the flag. So Fighting Cancer with quarterback Darrell Hoosh-Doucette will start the second half on offense. Had the one pick. Beautiful play by Stephen Miller.
Fun, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to lookout. Whoever has slack, going corner. Whoever closer to the center, out. Deep out. I mean, no, quick out.
Hey, we got quick out, quick out.
Curl.
Slot coming on the curl.
6, 5.
Slide on the curl.
4, 3. Up.
Hoosh, flag on the play, and I think his receiver Terrence Bunting might have been held.
Illegal contact. Number 7, defense. Spot foul. First down.
Brian Flaherty called for the penalty. So it sets up a 1st and 1, and this is where you really want to see a team try the deep ball, because any touchdown over 50 yards is worth 7 points, not 6.
Absolutely, this is the opportunity to do it. If you're going to take a shot with a Carmouche or a Brandon McCray, one of your speed guys, a Logo Davis with the launch, we saw it last week, his big arm. This is the perfect time for it to get that 7-point touchdown.
And if you're the defense, you got to be thinking that, right?
Yeah, you definitely got to be. This is, in the NFL, we would call this shot zone. You know, the offense is going to take a shot here. You got to be aware of it.
Wow, Hoosh got the pass off, and what a catch by Brandon McCray. Gain of 20.
We've seen Hoosh repeatedly make these throws, these funny body throws, and McCray with the ability to go up, body control, make that catch. The display of athleticism by the Fighting Cancer team has been on all night.
It's a heck of a throw by Hoosh, too, considering the rush was on. After 2 seconds, you can chase the quarterback, and again, Baker can't get Hoosh. The pitch came late. Sanders pulled the flag. They tried to pitch it to Harry Coleman.
Just watch how fast Hoosh is. You can feel his speed on the screen running away from Baker. And the awareness to make that lateral, not in time, but just that awareness is one of those unique skill sets that these flag guys have.
Nice job there by Sanders to get the flag before the toss to Coleman. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 22-yard line for Fighting Cancer. First possession of the second half. Hoosh, oh, beautiful throw to Bunting. And Charity gets the flag out.
Right there, Hoosh kind of threatens the defense, just horizontally running to his right. Everybody on the defense flows following him, and then a little bit of a back across his body to Bunting. Hoosh on complete display. You see everybody on the defense flow after Hoosh. He's such a threat offensively. Bunting just comes right underneath. Good completion by Hoosh.
Bunting with some experience in the CFL and the AFL.
9 seconds, Bill. Hey, right there, B. 5, Bill.
Second and goal. Hoosh. And that play nicely defended by Mike Silent Assassin Lee. A professional firefighter by trade, spent 6 years in the military. Used his 6'4" frame that time to shield the offensive player.
Good play. I don't remember back when the Patriots won their first Super Bowl, Troy Brown ran a little out and up to the back corner of the end zone. Brady hits him for a huge play. That's what they tried to do right there, the Fighting Cancer offense. Get Mike Lee to jump up on that out route. He did a good job of staying home. And you can see how impactful that speed is by Hoosh. Everybody in that defense reacts to it.
2 seconds, Bill. 2.
Third and goal, they send the blitz. McCray, did they get the flag out? They did get the flag out. At the last second, the flag got pulled on McCray.
The defense blitz. That's their first. They'll have 4 remaining.
And this is a forward pass to McCray, so the pump fake is really nullified. The defender still goes for it by McCray. Good awareness by him. Great flag pull by Mike Lee.
Mike Lee gets the flag out, so that'll set up 4th and goal from the 1. Yeah, it's a forward pass, and if the defender doesn't jump, you just hold your ground and pull the flag.
Yeah, so it's so fast, so reactionary. It's a really good job on McCray of just trusting, okay, this guy's going to jump on this pump fake. Let me utilize it.
4th and goal, they bring a 2-man blitz to the back of the end zone, and what a catch by Bunting.
Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going to eat all day, man. That's nothing.
Terrence Bunting with a spectacular catch to give Fighting Cancer the lead.
We hear it all the time in the NFL. Face mask or higher down in the red zone. Look at that throw by Hoosh up high where his guy can go make the catch, and Bunting with the one-hander. High enough where he could go make the play. Only he can. Beautiful accuracy, and Bunting securing that catch. Unreal job by this Fighting Cancer offense of showing their athleticism.
Mr. Dip showed a little elevation there.
Yeah. I love the throw by Hoosh. He's been on display all night of making all kinds of throws. The location, trusting Bunting go up and make that play for him.
Doucette 4 of 5 for 40 yards on the drive. This is a 1-point conversion, and he threads the needle perfectly to Brandon McCray. Dan, let's take another look at this touchdown pass to Bunting.
And you're going to see Bunting come to the left side of your screen, just inside releases, get inside that defender, go up one hand, secure the catch, get both feet down. The ball placement's perfect. And that's such a difficult catch, to know exactly where you are in the back of the end zone, to secure it, get both feet down. Beautiful job.
You go to the execution of Fighting Cancer at the end of the first half, and the misplay defensively by Primetime, and suddenly there's that 14-point swing. They've scored on back-to-back possessions now at the end of the first half and now to start the second half. Fighting Cancer's lost 1 game in the last 5 years, and they lead it 21-14.
And you're seeing that suffocating style of play where you can't pull off at all. It almost forces you to panic. You don't need to, but the pressure is consistently applied by the Fighting Cancer team, and you're seeing it a lot on offense recently.
Let's go. Hey, same old shit, man. Let's go.
I mentioned Michael Vick leads the Roadrunners in the professional division. Chad Ochocinco has put together a heck of a team in his own right. It'll be Ocho versus the Roadrunners coming up next.
Here we go, here we go. One up top, watch 6 coming. 6. 3.
Come here.
8. Watch 6 coming. Now. 9. 1. Set. Go.
Dobbs. And the flag quickly pulled by Poosh on the throw to Tarver.
And we've talked all night about how athletic Hoosh is. That wasn't a 1 flag pull, Bob. He yanked both of them off of Primetime's most athletic player, C.J. Tarver.
2. 8. Hey, you like me, man. We got Pitbull on the chain. Triple option. Pitch it to me, I'm gonna go out too, but look at this.
2nd and 5.
Watch 9. Not 8. 8. Set. Go.
Chris Chandler is going to get a chance to throw this. Once you pitch the ball, that turns off the go clock, but you can pressure the quarterback. Nice job by Chandler to get away. Pitches it to Flaherty, and the flag finally gets pulled by DeAndre Franklin. That's 2 pitches, though. You can't pitch it twice. There's pitch 1. That means that Chandler can't pitch it a second time under the American Flag Football League rules.
Okay. 30 to the 50. Sit in them holes, guys. Sit in them holes. No. Run a post. Don't take that big shit. Let's
3rd and 12 to the 50-yard line.
Out and curve.
So it's 3rd and 12 for prime time.
Right here. Watch 6 come. Watch 9 coming. Set. Go.
Blitz comes. Pass is completed, and Miller did not get across midfield. So it's 4th and 1, gain of 11.
Previous play, the defense blitz. That was their first of the half. They'll have 4 remaining.
Hollywood Myers came on the blitz, and that's a mistake there by
make it easy.
Miller.
Yeah, he was past that 50-yard line, that first down marker. He came back trying to make a play. It's one of those simple things we see it in the NFL sometimes, those guys backtracking.
Watch the blitz, Ricky. Set. Blitz. Go.
The blitz comes, gets it off, pass incomplete, tipped at the line, and a mistake by Primetime as a team, and Fighting Cancer gets their 3rd stop of the ball game.
That was their 2nd. We will have immediate time.
So Fighting Cancer will take over. They've got the lead. Why? Because Hoosh with the perfect pass to Terrence Bunting in the back of the end zone on 4th and goal at the 1. Fighting Cancer back on offense, leading it by 7.
Ball carrier in pads represents a 10 square foot target for a tackler with a 6-foot wingspan. But a US Open player with a 9-inch wide hand trying to grab a 2-inch wide flag actually has about a 36% smaller margin of error. And he has to strike fast. A ball carrier running past a defender at 15 miles per hour is within reach for only about 0.27 of a second.
The art of the flagpole, and that guy right there can get it done, Darius Davis. And Dan, there's a lot of cool terminology in flag football.
Yeah, so we start with our throw off. We don't have a kickoff in the flag league. It's the throw off. Who can throw it the farthest? We have the losers walk. Winners talk, losers walk. After opponent scores a touchdown, we got that belt show where you'll see guys get skinny a little bit. They'll show you your belt, get skinny, get you avoid to drop, to grab that flag.
Fighting
Some of those
Cancer.
unique things.
Let go, TB, go, TB.
Wide open is Bunting. And he takes it to the 31-yard line. Mike Lee pulls the flag, but there's the arm of Darius Davis. And Davis is the guy who handles the throw off, and that is a big factor because other teams have to go long fields against Fighting Cancer.
He launches it up so high that allows this whole throw-off team to get down there. We saw him last week, back-to-back throws, throw the ball about 65 yards in the air.
I was down here on the sideline after they scored their last touchdown with Fighting Cancer. Darius did not celebrate. He was upset. He's upset with his team. He's saying, give me the ball. I want the ball. Hopefully we'll see him a little bit more from now on.
Hoosh's pass to McCray, or excuse me, to TJ Glover falls incomplete. You know, it's interesting. We talked about the team name. Darius Davis's brother Tyrell passed away from cancer on May the 9th, and all of the players on this team have had a family member affected by cancer, thus the team name. Doucette throws the quick pass to TJ Glover.
Right on the line.
Right near that first down marker. The field is broken down into 25-yard increments. So they give him the first down, so it is now 1st and goal at the 25.
I guess you can sit with it.
Hoosh goes back to that previous play when he dropped it, gets it to him quick enough. He's right on that line, gets that first down conversion. Back to Davis. Davis was actually not a member of this team. He was on that team that beat Fighting Cancer with that one loss in 5 years, and they said, this guy's too good of a player. We got to go bring him on our team if we want to win the whole thing.
They fake the throwback to him, and Hoosh just runs with it. Do you get the sense right now that Fighting Cancer has gained control of this game?
Oh, absolutely. They're in complete control, and it's that suffocating performance that we talked about early on in the game that you just don't feel like you can back off or misstep at all because they're going to pounce on you.
You know, when Primetime demolished the Dallas Ducks in the quarterfinals, it was their pass rush and Tavion Baker that was the difference in the game. Right now, when they put pressure on Hoosh, it's ineffective.
And it's not the first move by Hoosh, it's actually the second move. He's getting Baker to go one way with the jab step. He's quick enough to go back the other way. Baker's not able to match that speed.
And they go quick to Brandon McCray.
Defense blitzed.
Last week, Tavion Baker, 7 flag pulls, 5 sacks. Today, 2 flag pulls, and he hasn't come close to a sack.
Yeah, night and day difference. And we said pregame, this was the matchup. If Primetime wanted to pull off this upset, they were going to need a repeat performance by Tavion Baker. Right now, Hoosh proving to be too much.
Fighting Cancer with a 3rd and goal at the 5. This is the tough part of the field to score on, although Fighting Cancer has done pretty well at it. Little misdirection. McCray's going to run with it. He got around Flaherty for the touchdown.
We gonna send them boys home. Let's go. Let's go. It's not a game. Let's go, man.
McCray with another stop and start moment. We saw him with the pump fake early on in the first half. And now that stop and start on Flaherty to the front pylon and the high step into the end zone. And I watched him throw pregame and I was like, you know, McCray can throw a little bit. He's a 2-time semi-pro league MVP. Him and Hoosh putting on performances again tonight, MVP worthy.
Played for the Louisiana Lightning and the Louisiana Bulldogs. Played college football at Southern University. They'll go for 1 here. Hoosh floats it, and did he get both feet in? Yes, he did. What a catch by TJ Glover. Carmouche, Bunting, and Glover with incredible catches.
We've seen it just beautiful footwork. Hoosh again with a little bit of a lollipop to the back end line. The body control by these receivers tonight, turning while the ball's in the air, getting the feet down, a toe drag. This has been impressive by this receiving corps for Fighting Cancer tonight.
Looked like the ball moved, but he did have control, and I think he got both toes in.
I'm going to say it's a catch. I think there was enough of a secure there with his feet down. Say it's a touchdown or a conversion.
So 21 unanswered points by Fighting Cancer going back to the end of the first half. Miller on the return. Fighting Cancer in control as we send it down to Kay.
Hoosh needs to get back out there, but we have you for just a second. Everyone's saying it's really that easy. Is it?
Man, this game not supposed to even be close. That's on me. I failed my defense, but we're going to put it away.
Get back on the field. Back up to you guys.
Well, other than the interception that he threw, he has been outstanding on both sides of the ball.
He was the best player on the field last week. He's been the best player on the field tonight. And if I'm somebody on the pros team in the pros division, I'm watching him play going, this guy's really, really good.
Go.
They blitz Dobbs, and the pass is dropped. Nathaniel Brown came on the pressure.
The defense blitz. That was their third. They'll have 2 remaining.
Okay.
Let's go, O.
And you can see it just a little bit right now on this primetime football team, this offense. They feel like those walls are closing in, not doing the little things that they're known for.
CJ Tarver has been quiet since early in the game. He wears number 9 for the team in blue, primetime.
Go.
They bring pressure again. Flaherty on the catch. It's a short gain. Gain of 5. Again, it was Brown on the pressure.
On the play, the defense blitz. That was their fourth. They'll have 1 remaining. Third down to the 50.
And this is why the logo Davis throw-off is so huge, because they've got to go such a long way to get that 50-yard first down. Now they've got 2 plays to go 25 yards with Fighting Cancer still having a blitz in their pocket.
Come here.
So a little mistake here. 3rd and 23 for primetime. They trail by 14. You can't be using one of your timeouts right now. We're going to step aside as Joseph Sanders and Ricky Dobbs trying to get things figured out. 21 unanswered points dating back to the end of the first half for Fighting Cancer. They've lost once in the last 5 years and in control now. Fighting Cancer with 21 unanswered points. And they lead it 28-14 here in the second half. And really turn the game around at the end of the first half. On the final play of the first half, Dan, they get this playoff and they get the game tied.
Bob, the most impressive thing is Hoosh's ability to communicate. I've been in NFL locker rooms. You practice this once a week for the opportunity that it might show up. His ability to communicate to his teams, we got to get to the line of scrimmage, and then have a plan to go with the football, make the perfect throw. Carmouche with obviously a beautiful catch in the end zone. Really well done. Impressive stuff by the Fighting Cancer offense.
And then Fighting Cancer came out on the first possession of the second half, and they scored, and pressure from Nathaniel Brown, and he gets credited for the sack.
And there's that suffocating pressure from the Fighting Cancer defense. Nathaniel Brown forcing Dobbs to move in the pocket, him falling down, and now you're in that panic mode if you're primetime.
In addition, the defense blitzed. That was their 5th.
So that was the final blitz for Fighting Cancer. But it's 4th and 35.
Fourth down.
They've got to get to midfield for a first down.
And if they don't get this first down, Bob, Fighting Cancer is going to get this ball at the 15-yard line going in. There is no punt. There is no field change.
Okay, everybody go deep. And then, yeah, I see it. All right.
And for the defense, it's about playing the sticks.
Go.
Go back. No, Ricky got it.
Sanders to Dobbs. Laterals it back.
There we go. No, that's one. I handed it up.
Yeah, I do forward.
Well, let's see what the call is here.
The big thing is, did Ricky Dobbs catch the ball past the line of scrimmage? Looks like he does.
Yes,
so
he does.
This is going to be legal. We've got a handoff.
Okay, so I think the penalty here on the toss is the grabbing of the jersey by Nathaniel Brown, which you cannot do in order to slow the man down and then pull the flag.
Defense, spot foul, automatic, first down.
So that gives Primetime a life.
Now, big bailout, because they were going to be short of that first down. Let's see if they can capitalize it, kind of regroup and capitalize.
So they get the automatic first down. Sanders runs with it, laterals it to Tarver. No flag pulled yet, and then he's held as the flag is pulled by Hollywood Myers. When you hand it off, that doesn't count as a lateral.
You're seeing Joseph Sanders kind of in a way take over a little bit in this game, in this crunch moment.
There you go, Joe.
Throws it back to Dobbs. Does get the pass away to Tyson Thompson.
I like the tempo that Primetime's playing with that offense, trying to get a little bit of rhythm just by using their tempo.
Fighting Cancer's out of blitzes. That turns off the go clock, the handoff. The pass complete to Tyson Thompson. But at this point, with the handoff, I know they want to turn off the go clock, but you're losing a receiver downfield and you're down 14 points, Dan. Is it maybe the wrong time to be doing this?
I don't think so. They're moving the ball right now. Now, granted, it was a little bit of help and a penalty, but they're moving the ball. If I'm them, I want to continue to stay in this rhythm. They've got something working.
3rd and 3. Dobbs is going to go up top, overthrows his man, and it's intercepted by McCray.
Dobbs kind of being a little bit greedy here. He's got that underneath receiver. McCray playing middle of the field, just reading Dobbs' eyes, staring left the whole time. Able to play a little bit of free safety back there. Get over the top, watch him high point the ball right there. Does he get both feet down with securing catch? Again, McCray, the 2-time semi-pro MVP, tonight putting on another MVP performance for Fighting Cancer.
He was so good last week and good this week as well, and now Fighting Cancer up 14 will call a timeout. They weren't organized.
One of the things that makes a guy like Earl Thomas or Ed Reed back in the day so great is they trust their eyes. They'll flow to wherever that quarterback's looking, trusting, I'll get there. McCray showing some really nice safety skill there.
Who you told? Who did you tell? So who you took out? You're right.
Ricky Dobbs intercepted for the first time tonight. Well, you know, you watch different quarterbacks playing. Dan, 12 years in the National Football League. Played with the Lions, Houston Texans. Look at the
not great ball
shifting
security
of the
there.
hips there, though. They couldn't have pulled the flag on you, could they have? DJ Shockley having a good time watching flag football.
How about that throw to Calvin? Made it easy on him, huh? Hard guy to throw the ball to.
DJ loving it. Glad you're enjoying it.
Georgia guy.
That's a blitz. That's a blitz.
Whole shot.
Carmouche wide open. Oh, what a move by Carmouche. This is going to be a 7-point touchdown. 75 yards.
Let's look at the celebration. What do we got from the Fighting Cancer team?
Little duck, duck, goose. And right now, Primetime's goose is cooked.
Let's look at the turkey hole, as John Gruden would say, Monday Night Football, that little turkey hole to Carmouche. Now, he's only got one flag on. So is he touched? He's not touched. That would have been a one-hand touch situation. Carmouche, quick enough to avoid that touch. What a throw by Hoosh.
How about the move by Carmouche? Hoosh to Carmouche. Sounds like a t-shirt.
Unless you want to do it.
Oh, man.
We call it, now in the NFL, that's known as a ta-ta. Guy, Theo Riddick of the Detroit Lions is renowned for it. The ta-ta, put his foot in the ground. Carmouche making a miss.
Chief Charity, unfortunately, became a poster. Good defense there by Mike Lee on the pass intended for bunting on the extra point. 28 unanswered points for Fighting Cancer. And how about the former LSU basketball player, Charles Carmouche, with a couple of touchdowns tonight?
He put a little bit of a crossover move right there, Kashif Charity. You saw it, you hear it telling everybody. That's my basketball background, that Allen Iverson crossover. You're gonna see the top, and then the speed to score.
So Fighting Cancer, who has lost one game in the last 5 years, will await the winner of tomorrow night's other semifinal between Code Red and Team Money. Davis on the throw-off. Carver, once the ball hits the ground, it's dead. Toss intended for Hassan Myers. So tomorrow night, in the other semifinal for the amateurs, you've got Code Red against the Money team. The Money team out of Dallas, that's the big squad. Code Red is from Connecticut, New York area. And that's who Fighting Cancer will play next week in Indianapolis. And again, on July the 19th, the winner of the amateur brackets will play the winner of the pros.
It should be a phenomenal championship game. What we've seen tonight by both these teams has been incredibly impressive. And like I said, the pro guys got to be paying attention, saying, okay, you guys have put on a performance that's going to get our minds thinking we've got to play a really good football game.
$1 million at stake, winner take all, when the pros take on the amateurs.
We've had these teams, the Fighting Cancers, Primetimes, they've told us, guys, we play every weekend. Sometimes for a t-shirt, sometimes it's $1,000 split. Imagine their minds being focused on, we've got a chance to win $1 million.
And they're used to playing 4, 5, 6, 8 games in a weekend. They're only having to play once a week. Charity with the Cats. There is a flag on the play.
I made you walk. You came across the line. He stepped over the line, though.
Hurry up, hurry up.
Nah, he stepped over the line. Let's go, hurry up.
Defense blitz for the 6th time. That's an illegal blitz. That blitz will be given to the offense.
So Primetime actually gets another blitz for their team.
I know.
Still to come tonight, Michael Vick's squad, the Roadrunners, take on Ocho Cinco's squad as the pros play for the first time. Sanders takes the handoff. Good defense that time. Flaherty with the catch. They don't get the flag out.
I can't get it to you, bro. Running outside, Tay. I'm thinking about you. I can't contort my body, baby.
I actually think that Primetime's going to look back on this game and wish they had utilized this type of offense, you know, motioning Joseph Sanders, handoff, no handoff, utilizing him as a throwing option. When they've done it, it's been incredibly successful.
Flaherty tried to pitch it to Baker. A little frustration for Primetime. To me, though, Dan, still the big deal is the end of the first half. They had a chance to go in up 7, and they didn't understand the end of half situation, the end of the first half where Fighting Cancer scores with no time on the clock.
It was the knockout punch. You know, Fighting Cancer had set him up, and then that 14-point swing, end of the first half, start of the second half, hit him with that knockout punch.
Please reset the game clock to 1 minute and 57 seconds.
And just the most impressive part, Bob, like I said, I've been a part of practices where you try to prepare for that situation. It might happen once in a season, and I've been a part of teams that weren't able to execute it. Fighting Cancer, having the opportunity to do it and then executing it, incredible job. And that all falls on Hoosh, their quarterback, with communication to everybody on his offense.
Go.
4th and 1 for Primetime.
Keep it.
Tarver, Hoosh with the pull on the flag. 2018 NFL season is just around the corner. It all starts with Training Camp. NFL Network brings you exclusive access to all 32 teams. Training Camp Primetime starts July 26th, live on NFL Network. And Jason Brown with the interception. They tried to go deep. And Fighting Cancer putting another one to bed.
Jason Brown playing the deep ball perfect. You see him stay on top of the receiver, not panic, and make that catch. Almost gets through there a little bit, but make that catch. Pick Ricky Dobbs, not his best night, Bob, but it's important for us to thank him for his service, wish him well over in Bahrain. I know his teammates are going to miss him.
Hey, we in Indy. Let's go. We here.
Jason Brown with the interception. A middle school teacher, played college ball at Carson Newman. The finals for the pros and the amateurs will be next week in Indianapolis, live right here on NFL Network. Who will Fighting Cancer play? Code Red or the money team?
Jason Brown, a.k.a. T-Brown. That's a.k.a. Shout out,
I mean, you taking my spot.
Oh, I can't. Yeah. I don't know. You gonna give me a head start? I might beat you. You give me a head start. If we run side by side, you might.
The defense took their third and final timeout of the game.
Primetime takes another timeout.
I'm gonna come right after the.
They're going to soak up their moment for sure. They've earned their right to be here. Again, not their greatest performance tonight, but the reality is they just ran into a better team. Fighting Cancer is the better team. They played better.
And we mentioned again, Fighting Cancer out of Louisiana has lost one game in 5 years, and they play 7-on-7. There's a lot of different versions. There's 4-on-4. There's 9-on-9, which is played in the Northeast. But this is the closest version to what Fighting Cancer plays in 7-on-7.
And they've got a great comfort zone within it, and you see it. You see it how they played last week, and then the dominant performance tonight, especially from the back end of the first half into the second half.
So on 4th and 28, if the ball is on your side of the field, you can elect to throw the ball off, similar to a punt.
Drinks on all y'all. Drop back, D. I didn't need one.
And Darius Davis has got the big arm, and that's right, Indiana. Here comes Fighting Cancer from Louisiana.
That's all right, we can do it right here. There we go. Yeah. What happened, man? We punt.
Put you on the shot.
Tarver with the pitch.
Hey, B.
Hurry up, hurry up.
Charity picked up another 8 yards or so. Ocho Cinco taking on Michael Vick's Roadrunners, the pros, for the first time taking center stage.
You know that.
Kai right here. Kai right here. Kai right here.
Let's go, let's go.
Ricky, come in. Come in. Look at B. Kai, post. Look at B. He's at the sideline. Look behind me. So how you get? And then just wait. Look at Kai the whole time. Then throw it to him.
Kai, run the hand.
They see him. They see him. They know. They see him. They see him. Which?
Sanders.
Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up!
Flag is immediately pulled on
Hurry up!
Chief Charity. Picks up 15.
Go. Hey.
Put you on this side.
Pitch gang, pitch gang.
Dobbs is going to hoist it up. And the pass deflected and incomplete. Primetime led it 14-7 with seconds left in the first half. Fighting Cancer scored with no time on the clock and then steamrolled Primetime in the second half. And Fighting Cancer out of Louisiana continues their dominance with a 35-14 victory as we send it down to Kay.
Guys, I'm here with Hoosh and Carmouche. Sort of fitting that their names rhyme because you two had an awesome synergy. You're vibing out there. Is this the MVP?
He offense, Brandon McCree defense. So they can share.
Tell me about your quarterback. You didn't even play football until flag football came along this year. You were a basketball player. What's working for you out there?
Just my competitive nature. I'm an athlete. We from New Orleans. We pretty much do everything.
I talked to you guys at the half. You said we're going to open up the playbook. You certainly did, steamrolling the opposition. You're looking forward to Indy. Is there another level to this team?
Most definitely. We ain't even played a complete game yet. It's coming though.
One step closer to that millie. How does that feel?
Ready for it. Waiting on it.
Money.
There we go.
Show me the money.
Guys, back to you.
Fighting Cancer will await the winner of Code Red and the Money Team. They'll play tomorrow night. The pros coming up next. Michael Vick's squad against Ocho Cinco. Fighting Cancer moves on.